I'm Bob Hallmark in Longview today. Problem that a lot of people are having who raise chickens are now the chickens are becoming dinner for just about every predator out there. And this usually happens right around the late summer. As meals get harder to find for wildlife, they tend to go after something that's an easy meal, which is chickens and the eggs, and in chicken and the chicks as well. But what can you do about it? More importantly, why is it happening? Well, that's why we've come to the Texas A&M AgriLife Ag office today, because we wanted to find out a little bit about why. Is this a common thing? Is it just nature being nature? And to talk a little bit about that, we're joined by Shaniqua Davis. And I'm guessing that's the first question people ask is why? Why is this happening?
Well, generally this is something that happens, like you said, whenever meals are harder to find for these wildlife, if they realize that it's kind of an easy picking area to come if you have a chicken coop that is not covered, if there are holes, if they can dig underneath the bottom of your pens, or if you allow your animals to free range. If those animals, whether it be coyotes, fox, raccoons, possums, anything like that, especially if they're free ranging and this is occurring during the day, those wildlife, those predators are aware that those are meal opportunities for them. So they will come back continuously if you allow your animals to be out in free range. So it's something that you have to be aware of, checking your coops, your pens, making sure that things can't burrow under it or dig under it, putting footings or netting underneath your footings is something that you can assist with, checking to make sure there is no holes, things like that.
Okay. Now, she mentioned a myriad of animals here. Raccoons, possums, skunks, even bobcats sometimes have had those that have actually come out and taken chickens. So there's any number of predators that can do this. And one problem that a lot of people are having right now, including me, are snakes. Usually chicken snakes or rat snakes, and they're coming in for the eggs.
Yes, they're coming in for the eggs. The thing with snakes is, just trying to find those ways. Those are going to be a little harder to be able to control from getting in your pens, but cleaning out any brush, any debris, any logs, things like that. If there are areas where mice or things like that can hide, that's where the snakes are going to come in. So if they are aware that, you have a chicken coop with those eggs in there, that's an easy meal for them to be able to come in.
And in some cases, I've actually found them coiled up in the nests, I guess digesting the eggs that they've already. So important to note that snakes have a real good purpose in our ecosystem because they do take care of vermin. They eat a lot of mice, a lot of rats, and things of that nature. So it's not a good idea to kill them. But you can
relocate those. Obviously, if you're going to be relocating those, you need to do it at a distance because they will come back. Just be aware whenever you're going into your chicken coops at this time, especially if you have a hen sitting on a nest, don't just stick your hand in there. Sometimes hens can be sitting actually on a snake while it is eating the eggs. So just be aware of what's going on inside that nest. Be cognizant of your surroundings, pay attention so that way you don't harm yourself or your animals.
And you bring up a good point, which is though rat snakes and chicken snakes are not venomous, they can give a septic bite. So it's important that you know not to freely handle these things unless you're very experienced at handling snakes. Not to do that because a bite can become septic and then you get another problem on your hands.
Yeah, you just got to be aware of that. They are very aggressive. Just because they're not poisonous doesn't mean they can't bite you. So they are very aggressive. They can bite you, but you need to make sure you take the precautions to clean that properly and maintain and care for it.
Okay. Now we want to point out here that there are some things people try to actually eliminate these pests. Now I understand one of them is motion sensor detectors, which seem to have some effect on raccoons and other animals like that because of the noise and because of the flashing lights. Can that be effective, or do they learn how to?
At the beginning, yes, it is very effective. It throws them off. There's something new there. There's something that's not the normal that can scare them and provide a little bit of a reprieve. But after a while, they will realize that, oh, that's the same thing over and over again. That's there every day. So they get used to that, or every night they get used to that, those lights coming on. Now, a noise might be a little different, but you also have to be aware of, if you have things with the lights, noises, motion sensors, be aware of your neighbors around you, how close they are, how loud that noise is going to be. So that way you're being a good neighbor and you're not disturbing everybody with trying to keep your raccoons away.
So obviously, if you're in a suburban area, that could be a problem.
The big thing with them, with raccoons specifically, if you have outside pets, don't leave food out at night. Don't leave a container of food at night, because they will find a way to open it. Even if it has locks on there, they have a great ability to be able to open those containers, get in there, and they just have a free-for-all on their food.
Gotcha. So obviously, if you do want to eliminate the loss of chickens, eggs, chicks, that sort of thing, maybe just have a continuous check of your pen area, your property. Instead of just throwing something out there and saying, okay, the problem's solved, just be vigilant about this.
Yeah, just being a good steward of your property, being able to check what's going on with your livestock, your coops, the fencing, anything like that. It's just being vigilant, being aware, and being proactive.
Okay. Thank you, Shaniqua. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. And we're going to talk to some folks that have had these problems and see what they're doing about it a little bit later on. I'm Bob Hallmark, and this is KLTV Web Extra.